Good day and welcome. Oh, hey, welcome, Cat. Yeah, hopefully we're going to make it through to the end. Just got to start early today because of various get-together stuff later on today. Alright, so where were we? I just finished Cloud Reactor, and now we've got... Wait, you shouldn't be active. Actually, did I ever get a portal? Okay, good. I did suppress the portals. Yeah, get out of here. So, hopefully, I'll be able to get through this all today. I've got to find my net launcher. I realize that I overlooked the skink and the cloud reactor, and it is much better than I realized. It's not going to be useful for Mist Reactor, but it's definitely going to be useful for Gale onward. My week was pretty good, just kind of kicking back, getting some stuff done. I also have to get a lot of demos still done for Next Fest. I keep putting things off sometimes with demos, but I'm hoping to actually get through a hefty chunk. Okay, good. Layek's doing well in their nice little cage. So first off, we're going to go and get ourselves the skink item. This beautiful little gun uses radioactive waste that just so happens to be at Cloud Reactor, where you find it. And it would have made Cloud Reactor a lot easier. Hey, Drufus, thank you for the sub. But I hadn't tried it last stream. I only really picked it up when I started doing the death compilations. And that's when I tried it out and realized this is actually amazing for things like soldiers. Not going to work so well with Mist Reactor because everything is like acid damage there. But this is easy to refill because you have a teleporter right from your base to radioactive waste. Are they firing at me? Oh, they are firing at me. Actually, no, they're firing at other people. I might need to actually kill those defense bots because I'm going to need their CPUs. Hey, Sport, thank you for the sub as well. I'm just going to find one. Because there's also sappers in this... Oh, there's one. You have to get it, like, low on health, and then you can pick it up. And then the gun is yours. Although you have to craft it, so I suppose that it's... There's still many steps here. But it's relatively cheap. Thankfully, the net launcher does damage. Oh, I might have actually killed it. Okay. That just, fell right over. Well, whatever. It's still in my possession. I can make a weapon from this. But yeah, it's a really good weapon. It has a rather awkward arc to shoot with. But if you get to use it, it works really well on soldiers. In fact, it kills sappers pretty well, too, and staggers them. Okay. Come down here. All its goodies go. Oh, right down here. You can also get some frag grenades pretty consistently from these guys, so they can be worth destroying as well. Don't have anything else that will kill those very easily. I don't have any slushy grenades. I also don't have my personal teleporter. Ooh, that's gonna be bad. I guess I just have to run back. Butter and garlic on the skink, but it's full of radioactive goodness. You'll definitely go green. But even though it's going to be a kind of useless weapon for Mist Reactor, I do want it for Gale, since there's a lot of soldiers to kill between then. that way, I need one defense CPU to be able to craft it. I think I should have all the other stuff. But such an amazing gun. I can't believe I overlooked it for so long. It holds a pretty hefty amount of ammo. And it's just really useful overall. Might actually not have enough military electronics. Okay, good. Okay, I remember that I was, like, really low on them for the longest time. Well, I actually have a lot of reinforced CPUs. It's the circuit boards I'm missing. But you can also pet it. 10 out of 10, best gun. There we go, I need to get those charged. Probably shouldn't have done that. Because now that laser collector isn't going to be full. Hey, welcome, Roland. I still want to believe that this thermal mallet's going to be useful. I guess it will be useful if I run out of ammo. Although the energy pistol does a pretty good job. I probably shouldn't be bringing the skink to Mist Reactor. It's going to be kind of useless. But whatever, just on the off chance I find something else that is vulnerable to it. But yeah, it leaves like little acid puddles on the ground. And if you charge it, you can get a bigger one. And as you see, that used up almost no ammo on this. It does acid damage, and there's a lot of critters that are vulnerable to acid damage. And, you know, radioactive pool right by your base using the blowpipe. I mean, it's not useless. It's just going to be kind of useless in Mist Reactor. See, after Mist Reactor, this would have been a great gun to use throughout Cloud Reactor. And next time I'll be sure to use it for Cloud Reactor. But, yeah. Sadly, Mist Reactor is like all the volatile critters. Oh, it hasn't respawned yet. Huh. I thought that scepter would have been up by now. Because, yeah, it's going to be a lot of these volatile critters. I'm also really wishing I had gotten the combat knife in Boussoir. It's basically a mix of like Half-Life meets SCP Foundation. We're scientists on our first day at the containment facility, and there's a containment breach. Everything breaks out. So we are trying to find a way out. With all sorts of bad stuff happening along the way. So we make a lot of weapons through science. From energy pistols to fiery flamethrower mallets. To live-in weapons.
What do you seek?
Ah, Marion, why are you here? It's like, come on. You should have just...
We have no further business.
You should have came to my base. You're right, I forgot the teleporter. Oh no, how did I do it again? Thank you, Cat. What can I say? It's like too early in the morning. For most people, that'd be like 5 a.m. Apparently 10 a.m. is my breaking point. Yeah, the personal teleporter would be a very good idea to bring. In fact, it might even be good to make a teleport pad. That way, if I need to get back to Mist for whatever reason, whether I'm looking for red pages, blue pages, or just more plutonic carapace and blood. Plus, there's the last set of robots. Yeah, I definitely got distracted by petting the skink. Let's see if I can even make a teleport pad. I like the teleport pads, but they're just so expensive to make. The good thing is that you actually still have a lot of leftover Tarrasque blood from the labs. So you have no real... That's the wrong way. So you have plenty of reason to make a few with that. And I think I still have some lodestones, so I'm actually pretty well off with most stuff. Did I ever make it? Oh, I did make a freezer. Beautiful. What's my hunger at? It's not good. Got the bland pea soup right there. Oh, hey, welcome. Where'd you? I don't really do shoutouts and such. I certainly wish you the best. But I really... I really only promote kind of the ones on my channel from things that are like similar stuff. I think most of the featured channels with it are like Hollow Knight stuff. But I know that there's a lot of folks that do fundraisers in the Hollow Knight community. You could probably reach out to them. I think Fireborn did one recently with his wife. At least I vaguely remember that that's the case. No, I don't think it has a name, but you could probably name it. I'm not particularly good at names, so I generally just call things Bob. I think also Sierra does a lot of fundraisers. So you might try reaching out to them to see if there's something fundraising-wise for things like that, to any sort of participation with that. Okay, I do in fact have my teleporter this time. Even if I forgot to make a teleport pad. Which is fine. I think the transuranic super alloy is going to be the problem, because it uses a lot of arcane scrap, and at the end of the run, once you reach Shadowgate, you actually do need a lot of scrap to make the purported grimoires. I know that I was running incredibly low on arcane scrap by the end, when I played through normally. But I think whenever I redo this at full lunch, I'm probably going to skip the lodestone crossbow, just because not only am I super unlucky with getting the splintered crossbow to drop, there's also the problem that the extra lodestone fragments will probably make it not useful. That, and I haven't really needed said crossbow since I've gotten to reactors.
I was not made for this heat.
That one, fortunately, doesn't come to life.
Cool. You're gonna have this sorted in no time. I mean, it's nuclear power, not rocket science. Anyone would think that you do this for a job. You're new, right? I have no idea what you do around here. Sorry, I'm just making small talk while I... Look, we'll have to catch up properly sometime. Maybe grab a coffee.
There's a coffee machine down the hall.
So they turned off the power in a hurry. Yeah, it could have happened to anyone, but really this is why technical decisions need to be trusted to the people who understand them best. I'm not trying to exclude anyone or sound superior. It's about safety, pure and simple. And also it should be me, the plant supervisor. It's right there in the title. Right there. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a weird couple of days, but we're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost... Let me preface this by saying I'm no biologist. This radioactive waste all over the place, this stuff is perfectly safe, normally. However,
safe.
it looks like some of the A2 specimens may have interacted a little intensely with some of the nuclear byproduct. And hey, I'm not trying to point fingers. I know they're just trying to help. But if the gatekeepers hadn't deactivated the fusion generator, I think a lot of this could have been avoided. Again, I'm no expert. Well, I am. But with the radioactive stuff, not the, monstrosities from countless anti-versus stuff. Hey, I like your style. I mean that. Safe, functional, sort of classy. You're hitting all the right points here. I mean, sure, you've clearly kind of lost it over the last few days, but, well, I trust you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I trust at you. I have trust of you. Trustiness.
That's the most important kind of trustedness. There we go. I really hate these exors. They're teleporty kind of goodness. Because yeah, I also want my laser katana for the big exors, the volatile ones. I don't remember. Like, there is a lot of this place to explore. Heck, damn it. My stormtrooper accuracy is coming back to haunt me. But yeah, if they happen to hit you, they will explode and you'll lose their precious resources. And I really need the plutonic carapace to make so many things. Not so much the meat. In fact, that'll probably be the first thing I drop. Let's get a few heals off. I don't remember Mist Reactor being particularly large. It's Gale Reactor that is definitely on the much larger side. Oh, there are more of them than I thought. As much as I might do this quicker with the laser katana, I really don't want to waste laser energy on these folks. There was another one down here, if I remember. Right there. Yeah, it probably is a good idea to run in that case. But again, you know, if there's this fellow that's, like, in a suit with all this kind of, like, gear and everything, might not be the best idea to be sticking around in the first place. Oh, they do have a charger right there. Also realize I probably should have gotten the teleporter pad because you do need the super alloy to be able to fix the reactors. And that's how that area would connect. Unfortunate. Mistakes were made. So yeah, the super alloy's needed there. Good thing about those little pads is they remove fall damage. Making your life so much easier. Okay, that's probably the wrong room. What I'll probably do is get the Heart of Corruption from one of the CPUs. That way I can make my Tier 6 hacker as well. But yeah, this isn't a particularly bad reactor. I definitely think this one's easier than Cloud. But then again, anything that doesn't have sappers is going to be significantly easier. Because the explosions from these guys, while they're annoying, don't actually hurt that much. And since they're easy to take down with the energy pistol... Yeah, this is where I generally build a teleport pet. Because down there is where I get to a robot.
Oh.
Because you need to make a tier 6 hacker to enter Gale Reactor. Oh yeah, I probably should heal the max. Because there's a robot immediately when you get off the elevator. The deatomizer will take quick care of it, but definitely its acid spray can do a lot of damage. And then there's volatile Exors in the area as well. There are a few... Oh, it also gets a hard light generator. I like that it also drops merkweed for no real reason. I don't even need merkweed at this point. But hey, it's hunger fill. But yeah, that acid spray can kill you very quickly if you're not careful. And the volatile Exors, they can also explode. They usually do it at low health, but it's kind of finicky.
Have to go right away.
But they do love to, like, jump to you. Trying to get, like, really high up is no defense. They will jump up to where you are. They're also one of the few ways to get plutonic blood. Although the exchanger and dusk reactor is your best method of getting it. Because you can get carapace so much easier from the pests. And then just exchange it. Hey, Orc, I did say that I don't usually promote channels, but, you know, reach out to some folks in the Hollow Knight community. I know Sierra does a lot of, like, fundraisers and so forth. You might ask and see if there's any kind of things that you might participate in. And that's probably your best bet. And open up the shortcuts from there. Yes. If you do get too hot from, like, the mycofields, then you will start vomiting, like, non-stop. It's the reason why you do need to have full protection in the mycofields, otherwise it's gonna go very poorly. Jeez, that one was much worse. I think you do get, like, a speed debuff for being too hot if you don't hit, like, the maximum one from, like, the mycofields. And it might do increased thirst and hunger. But beyond that, I don't think there's any, like, serious penalties. And of course, you can have a number of different ways to counteract it. think that's too small for that fella to get through. If I get another Heart of Corruption, and I think there are some more robots in the area, at least one I know, then I'll make the construction gauntlet. Oh yeah, you can do ice cream as well. There's a whole slew of ways you can get your heat resistance. But yeah, this is also why I like the Hexwood set. Because it'll just instantly cure your bleeding. And bleed resist is so useful. Is that metal scrap? Okay. And that's probably the bane of this run, and just bleeds in general. Especially severe bleeding, and the full not full Exer set, full Hexwood set will even cure severe bleeding. Because otherwise you have to make hex bandages. And those bandages are not cheap. But yeah, ice cream is really easy to get. I mean, Flat Hill spawns a bunch of ice cream every time it resets. I think it's like 3 every run that you can get. Thank goodness for duct tape. I don't think there's really much you use bleach for. Oh, explosive sledge is like a 2-handed weapon. You need to actually have like 8 strength to be able to get that, which I do not. That and, you know, late game, you have the problem that range weapons tend to outpace the melee ones. Is it actually the larva meat?
Janet, do you think this was wise?
I'm trying not to think too much right now, Abe.
Oh, you made it! Excellent! I'm glad you're all right, so to speak. This place does seem to have rather gone to the dogs.
Well, you always were a cat person, Abe. But it's got certain appeal. If you can see past the toxic aliens, the power cuts, the military invasion, and the occult sociopaths who seem to think anything that breathes or blinks is fair game. Other than that, it's lovely.
Yeah, see? Perfect.
I'd almost forgotten this.
Good place to build a summer home.
Here, Janet. You remember when they did the first perforation test in power services after Flat Hill? It took so much power.
Oh, that's where I need to go.
Off every light and half the equipment in the facility, and they still almost didn't have enough. Now it's all fuel cells and dark lenses.
Well, the first time is the most exciting. Right, Abe?
Do you think we'll ever get out of this, Janet?
Sorry, Abe. My magic 8-ball's in my other lab coat. Oh, crap. I left my office keys in the sub. Oh, whatever. I doubt we're going back to our offices anytime soon.
Janet, we've been through quite a few portals now. And I was thinking, how do we know, like really know, with absolute certainty, that this is the same world we left?
If you're not sure, Abe, it probably doesn't matter that much.
But yeah, the reason I'm not using the deatomizer versus these guys is it has a tendency to reduce them to bioscrap, which is significantly worse. I need this plutonic blood to craft. So I need to make sure it stays harvestable. So that should be the end of Mist Reactor over there. If I come back with the super alloy, there shouldn't be a whole lot of stuff. Shouldn't be a whole lot of stuff to cause problems. Because I think that's an actual active bot. Yep. Sometimes you just gotta test for science. And science tells us that that is, in fact, a dangerous bot. Oh shit. Where did you come from? Oh, you actually do get his stuff from the explosion. Nice. I wasn't expecting it, but I'll take it. Might have to repair that laser katana at that point. Okay, so I need to open up the stuff down there. Wait, how did... Oh man, they're all going out with a bang. Okay, so that one's almost depleted. But yeah, laser katana is also really good for it because it'll generally hit all of them at once. Everyone loves being able to take down critters, all of the critters at once. Let's open up this shortcut, and then I should be able to go back. So I've overlooked a different way back. Huh, I didn't open up all the shortcuts, it seems. Wonder if that connects off of there. Like from this area. I've got ample stuff now, so I don't really... Actually, it might be from that portal up there. I only vaguely remember... Nope, nope. I don't want to fall and break legs or other kind of mishaps. Oh, okay, yeah, it brings you up here. It's a shortcut back to that portal world. I'm not exactly sure where the other shortcuts go.
Made for this heat.
It must be from a different room along the way over in there. As long as I have that shortcut set up, I should be alright.
I can barely keep my eyes open.
Oh, I guess I left when I had a good point. Hey, welcome, Johal. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. Well, welcome. Just trying to get through the last legs of this run. Make a few notes for 1.0. And then when it releases, do this again, but with better understanding. At least hopefully better understanding. No guarantees. Oh, that's what it is. I want to save these because I want to, yeah, actually put some water in these. Cook some pest goulash. And then that way I won't have to worry about food for a very, very long time. I'll also need salt. Because, yeah, next run I'll probably just focus more on trying to use more soups. Beautiful. Be the easiest way to try and be able to get that all taken care of. Milk sacks are also good because I realize I can use them to make the graham chowder, which is also really powerful, especially because it's like it will give damage reduction. I've got to remember to actually make that. There's a couple of other soups that can give some good buffs, like movement speed buffs, which I'll probably need to remember to set aside the actual stuff to make them, because they'll make runs a heck of a lot easier. Should be everything that I need with that. If I figured everything correctly, then I should be able to make the construction gauntlet as well. Just have to make sure I have all the appropriate stuff besides the Heart of Corruption. It's just slightly better than the powered drill. Oh yeah, I'm going to charge the teleporter. I'm going to make a teleport pad to go back there. But first, I need to make 2 super alloys before I forget. Okay, tier 4 hacker, tier 6 hacker. We're downgrading here. Now I can get everywhere. As long as it's powered up. Construction gauntlet. Yeah, that's actually pretty cheap. But yeah, I can assemble things a lot faster. Not much faster, but it's still better than sticking around with your screwdriver. To be fair, it is mostly charged already. Selene Vial is so OP. But yeah, I'll make a teleport pad so I can go right back to Mist Reactor. I should be set. In the future, I should probably put the chef's counter back, over by all my foodstuffs. But we're close enough to the end that it doesn't really matter. Fishbones are also good if you're going to actually use the Exor set, because I think most of them require the fishbones to repair. Teleport pad before I forget. Yeah, see, I'm going to go through a lot of arcane scrap. I might have to farm some of the guys there. This might be the only teleport pad that I make. What am I looking at with oh no, where do I put this? In fact, I'll probably put it over here. I found that I didn't really like keeping it in my base. Beautiful. We got everything to fix that. That will charge naturally. We'll get more soup, especially because now there should be... And then I'll cook the grab chowder because that will be useful to have for later. If I remember right, it's a milk sack, grab plant, and potato. Means I probably have to grab some potatoes.
This sector will be powered down momentarily. If you have not already evacuated the facility, consider this your top priority.
I did see that the moisture teleporter can actually cook your, water your plants. It's not very consistent, but it's still pretty useful. Doesn't really let you non-stop harvest everything at the first opportunity. Yeah, from my understanding, grab plant, the grab chowder will give you like 15% damage reduction. And that will make it make it a good bit easier, especially because, as well, I'm like super vulnerable. At 25% less max health is definitely going to get me. I probably have the last bits of soup. I'm going to get some pest goulash. Of course, I'm already tired. Narcolepsy is definitely an annoying perk. I guess it's also the same reason why I probably won't get a lodestone crossbow, just because if you have to carry around the ammo, that's an an inventory slot that gets used up. It's the same thing with carrying coffee, that uses up a slot, that's less things you can bring around with you. And while you can use platform carts, they they're not easy to lug around in some of the places. Especially places like Mist Reactor. Oh, I probably should have brought a battery. I realized this Mist teleporter is not going to function if it's night. But that's alright. I can go back to base with my newfound teleportation and fix that. I believe Gale Reactor requires you to either have a jetpack or make like a hard light bridge or something. I think you can get by with a normal bridge if you have enough of them, but it's a pretty long distance to clear. I know I made a hard light bridge just because I wanted to test the hard light stuff. This guy respawn yet? Okay, he hasn't respawned still. I mean, I'll get plenty of opportunity to test it in Gale Reactor. Still, I want to use the skink weapon. I gotta say, I like these improved night vision goggles. It seems like every run, it's just kind of like a random chance as to whether, like, you get the headlamp early on or not. Yeah, it kind of is like at a Portal. As long as you have a laser emitter on it, it will generate a bridge that will
Perhaps I'm getting a little too endothermic.
just allow you to just walk across the light. Not quite heading into the light like you'd want, but if it works, it works. It's not the right way. I've already forgotten the way to go. Oh, and that's the way to the very end. There it is. I remember it was up. Didn't think it was this room. Alright, one down. Oh, I trusted you. I thought you would not break my legs. My trust was misplaced, it seems. My poor feet. Mind me, just dropping in, Janet. Maybe it's the blue ones that prevent you from hurting your feet. See, this is why I like the bionic legs. Yeah, they are the same larva from the Core Keeper crossover. I just gotta figure out how to get back. I know. That's the worst part. You can hear your legs snapping. It's like, damn it. I think this is the central area. That's right, there's also some bees in here that you can get if you really want to. And there's the elevator. But I prepared everything. There must be something else. Huh. I thought that was everything, but I guess not. Okay, let's set up our lovely little teleporter right here. Alas, it does not... There's no bleeding with broken legs. Pretty sure there is, but... Now I can get all the stuff that I need. It's always these circuit boards. And the tech scrap is always pretty hefty a price to pay. Okay, splint, that's the other thing. I would like my legs to heal, dagnabbit. Oh, maybe it's time to hydrate. Let's see. Nah, character's doing pretty good. Might be soon time to hydrate the Layak, though.
Perhaps I'm getting a little too endothermic.
Probably something in the last area. I want to say that... Oh, now I think I remember. There's like fungal things on the turbines, and you have to clear them. Actually, I can probably go back and just take the shortcut right to that room. Oh, for me? I hydrated before this started. I'm pretty good.
Oh.
But thank you. Yeah, that was a dead-end room. It was down this way. And then right back at the start, and then just take this. Yeah, see, there's those little little pustule fungal things. You just gotta clear them off. That's right, because there's even a thing that says reactor jammed. Okay, no messages. I'm trying to remember which way I want to go back. Okay, back to the control room. I can't make up my mind. Oh yeah, always feel free to suggest stuff, but I should be good. I usually just take drinks whenever. Alright, online. Onward to Gale Reactor. Probably get my Layak fed as well before I do that. If I can make another... If I can make another teleport pad to Gale Reactor, that's probably going to be a good idea. Oh, I can't. Shit, that's going to be a lot of arcane script. Heck, damn it, I'm already exhausted. Hey, welcome! Yeah, I know of Thailand. Are you from Thailand? So, welcome. We're just playing a little bit of Abiotic Factor and nearing the end game. Okay, teleporter is charged. This one has a lot of soldiers in it. I think some extra, but not nearly as many as the previous one. If I'm not mistaken, there's also a watery area where you can encounter the Dark Water Beast again. But I've got no reason to go there. Alright, tram ride was a perfect time to hydrate. good bit of stuff. But yeah, that's the thing. The trim doesn't go all the way there. Can I get up there with a jetpack? It looks like that might not be doable.
You seek with sight and stumble in silence. A dance to music unheard, for if one hears a note, the dance undoes itself. Yes, we have heard that music and dance no further, but for you the dance remains. So let its silent sound move you, and waste no time wondering whether you will persist, for that is decided.
Good job.
All this which passes has passed before.
Do we grasp all she says? We do not.
I think I can probably do it if I just glide. There we go. Alright, no bridge needed. Though the bridge would make it a lot easier. Yeah, I gotta YOLO it. I want to say they nerfed the jetpack some time ago, where even with the gravity cube, you can't really get the height that you used to be able to. It's usually a lot better on the order soldiers. I guess the gatekeepers. Oh, he took half the ammo. I'll take it. Yeah, it does help if you're actually near the enemies. Oh, nice! Well, if you played Observation Duty 7, I'm certainly hoping you're enjoying it. I've always had a good bit of fun playing the series. What you got for me? Because above all, I need the arcane scrap. I want to say there's a sapper over there, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, shoot. Wow. Oh, wow. But I was going to go out in a hell of gunfire there. Well, it shoots it in kind of like an arc, which is what makes it a little bit, one of the downsides, but it does, as you can see, kill the soldiers pretty fast. It's just, if you happen to take on like 4 or 5 at once, it might not end so well. That's probably why I got the shotgun guys. Oh, that's why there is a sapper over there. That was a rocket. Guess it's a good thing that they're killing the pests for me. I wonder if they got the Yoton, because that way I don't have to worry about it, because I haven't heard the minigun firing. Looks like they did. They're just haters. Little column A, little column B. Get out of there. Better make a tactical retreat. It's a terrible place to be.
Oh.
Okay, I need to get back over there. So there might be a mage now. Good. These guys take a lot out of you just to take down. Briefcases are already pretty much out for the count. But yeah, that's the other thing. There's a ton of gatekeepers in this area. That makes it so hard to actually progress. It's a lot of slow clearing, going back and forth through trying to get just the slightest bit of progress made. and then finding out you still got more to clear. That's hoping you beat the respawns. And the good thing is you can get a good bit of a Voussoir attack around here as well. The Cascade set's actually pretty good if you like using it. Because it does have a special set bonus of highlighting enemies. Which is definitely one of the reasons to pick it up. Now, the most important thing is, I've actually got a sofa there. Rest on it. Might not be a mega sofa. This is a long office couch. It's tolerable. Now, if I can just find a charger, I'm going to be able to recover pretty well. Oh, peas! Finally, we can slurp some peas. Most important part of the run. I want to say I can probably go that way. Okay, that takes me back to the main lobby, so I'm good there. Yeah. Sadly, languages are not my specialty, so usually I don't get the bilingual bonus. But if you do speak the language, then no doubt it is a good time. Of course, they have to run. Oh, I don't think he's coming over this way. I was hoping to lay that as a trap. Yeah, that's true. Well, I guess that's the benefit of it. I mean, it's always good to be able to know more than one language. I guess he ran back. Oh, did I get him before he, like, activated his shields? Can you do that? I mean, if so, that's definitely something that's useful. Oh my, that actually might be a thing. it looks like they activate their shields when they're aggroed. So if you can snipe them, you get a little bit of... Oh, I'm not so lucky with this guy. So let's try and use the skink.
Reload.
Did I kill him?
Reload.
Not sure I actually killed that fella. But yeah, hard light is very useful if you use it. I think you can actually get a trinket that makes a shield generator for yourself. But I think you have to get like one of the gate tokens from one of the mages. Maybe it's not a mage, but I think the mages can drop them periodically. But it's how you access those runic crates. They do seem to drop more than the keys for the other chests. I wonder if they upped the drop rate of those smashed night vision goggles, because I don't remember them dropping anywhere near as frequently. I guess no dice with these guys. They're going to definitely activate their hard light shields. Oh, no choking, please. See, I do want the parchments. So I'm going to need those for the grimoires. Yeah, I can imagine. Especially if you're not used to it. Having to switch between languages and everything.
Let's close the gate.
You weren't supposed to notice me.
Dropping. Reload.
But yeah, Deatomizer pretty much wins the fight. The laser katana I don't find as useful against the gatekeepers, but Deatomizer definitely works. This is always why I carry 2 briefcases. Can I snipe that guy before he gets in? I'm pretty sure this is locked. Oh, it's not locked. Right. Get some shortcuts opened. Because yeah, that's back to the main area. I don't think I can take down that chieftain easily.
Lighting fire.
Like, eventually it'll work on them. I think it's not very effective against their hard light shields. It'll kill the older order soldiers pretty easily, though. Yeah, I need to chop them up. So that's a pretty good setup. No, I don't think it can. I think it's just you have to interact with radioactive waste. I'm pretty sure you could do like a barrel or a bucket of radioactive waste. But that would then run into issues with actually filling up said stuff. Just quickly get some more water. But yeah, since there's a thing right by the water flow to go back to the reactors, it's really not that bad.
Corruption.
Yeah, as long as you're off doing your own thing, don't bother me. I'm just glad they don't replace that guy with a sapper. That would make life very difficult. Very difficult. I'm also glad that the sappers don't get hard light shields themselves. Because again, life would be very difficult. Yeah, I really don't need this thermal mallet anymore. Kinda seems to just be taking up space at this point. I think I'll go with the Graham Chowder this time. I really want to see how good the damage resistance is. I think it's 15%. As I think just eating the Graham plant is 5%. At least from what I've seen from the wiki. But, I mean, 15% damage reduction is pretty notable. Especially when there's not too many ways that you can get extra damage resistance, except through armor. If I can make another teleport path, then I'll set one up in Gale Reactor. So the good thing about the last portal world is you don't really need a teleport to get there because it's right by the flow pipe as well. Instead of making two distinct teleporters, I'm just going to add this to, like, the Mist one. The downside is it'll cycle between them, but it'll still be relatively useful. I want to say I need 2 to fix the reactor in Gale. So it might be a good idea to bring those. And then 2 makeshift batteries. So, you can, once you name the teleporter, and you can always change the name of it, then it'll set them up in a network of it. It's usually easier to just go with 2 of their own, just because otherwise it kind of randomly teleports you between them, which gets very annoying the more that you add on to one set of, there it is, one set of teleporters. Yeah, I'm way down a decent amount. But I'd rather get a teleporter set up to Gale Reactor, especially while I need to go through there. Okay, I have my personal teleporter, I've got food. And as soon as I fill up the skink with some delightful radioactive waste over here, I'll be ready to go. But yeah, the way into the portal world is right there. So you don't need any sort of teleporters for it. It's very easy to get in. I mean, I could probably just hack the thing right now. The problem is the portal won't be open until I set up Gale Reactor and get that back online. But that's the thing, there's also a lot of just separate areas to explore, especially in Gale Reactor, as it almost feels as big as Cloud Reactor, but not quite. I think Cloud Reactor feels like the biggest one, but it's also that it just feels like there's a lot to go through. Oh, are you actually... I didn't think you'd aggro on me. I'd rather not find out if he can hit me on the tram. So I'm pretty sure the rockets are a one-shot, especially with the 25% max health reduction.
Air quality bulletin. Atmospheric contaminants detected. Air filtration in progress.
I guess the good thing is my teleporter's set right by the thing that terminates the event, so I can get that fixed very quickly. Alright, we're just gonna set up, like, right here for now. So I want to say that this area doesn't have spawns on it, so this will keep the teleporter safe. Whereas the others can't really guarantee it. Oh, you're right there.
I was not made for this heat.
Hey, get off my teleporter. I think it takes a while for them to break them anyway. But good, now that I've got some shortcuts opened. don't think I need to go that way. I think it was over... Yeah, it's over this way. But I don't entirely remember where the super alloys go.
I know it sounds crazy, but if Freak says it'll work, well, I trust her. Just stand back when it all goes up, yeah?
Oop. Oh, this is just a hacker. I thought I saw, like, the super alloy thing and was like, oh, goodness, that was easier than I thought. I know the moment you start pushing those buttons, a lot of gatekeepers spawn. But I'm not sure I can actually get this place fixed just yet. Oh, that's why I kept my, That might be why I kept my thermal mallet. So I could break those open easy. Okay, so if I just, like, set up back in here, this could work. Just need to get a lot of these arcane scraps. As many of them as I can get. Yeah, this place is a pretty huge maze. I found Gale a lot more easy to get lost just because of the fact that, you know, Cloud Reactor is a pretty straight shot. It's just a very long straight shot. But Gale, it has so many twists and turns in here. Maybe it doesn't have super alloys. Ah, shit. Oh, fuck. I didn't see that Yoton at first. That's the problem. There's a lot of these guys over in here for each button that you press. definitely should get, you know, incorporate slushy bombs more. Oh, shit. Guess I was lucky the grenade didn't do as much damage. Sometimes these grenades can hurt and take off most of your health. The other thing is I don't know how fast their shields recover. Yeah, see, like... Like, he got his shields back there, but not much of them. Clearly the answer is to just, you know, press all the buttons at once, set some explosives, and blow up the reactor. Get ourselves a cool horned helm. Yeah, I probably should be carrying the frag grenades from the robots. Emphasis on probably. I want to say there was some up here that... I wonder what was shooting at them. It sounded like they were getting shot by other critters. Is there like a turret? Oh, there is a turret.
Dr. Mance, Cascade.
A friendly turret.
Further to my previous note on IS-012, the shapeshifter has requested it be released in Antiverse 2. While this is unusual, I see no reason, at this stage, not to grant him a small override. Permanent directive to all staff, all levels. No further communication with IS-012 is permitted. All contact must be reported immediately. If it speaks, silence it. If it escapes containment, subdue it by any means available. In all cases, summon gatekeeper assistance immediately.
Have a bad time. Oh shit. We're gonna have a real bad time. Oh, this is gonna be real bad. Oh, that was a terrible spot to be in. A real bad spot. Definitely didn't have much choice there. Well, fortunately, there's a way back. Very quick way back. Let's see if I do have some of them frag grenades. I think in the future I should probably try and use traps more. In fact, let's bring these traps back. Oh man, do I have grenades? Maybe I put them in one of them. One of these over here. I'll just say that I hadn't.
I'm tired.
Well, maybe make some slushy bombs. It's pretty clear that they can take me down pretty fast. You know, set up the shock traps in some convenient spots, and then hopefully that'll also stun them once or twice. Also, maybe have some of my delicious soup that gives damage resistance. That might be a good idea, too. I think I have everything. Guess I don't have any grenades, and that's a little shocking. Oh, why isn't it working? My poor teleporter. Why won't you work? I think I've had it bug out once. Previously, but I haven't usually seen it cause problems like that. There we go.
Anyone else getting a bit hungry?
Perfect timing. For some damage resistance. They summon another mage. I guess thankfully the turret's kind of doing my job for me. This might not be the intended way to go. Definitely not the intended way. Oh, the Yotan's already caught up. Shoot. This is hardly ideal. Filing cabinet, save me!
I may soon need the facilities.
Oh, that's what it is. I lost my personal teleporter. Okay. I should probably teleport back, grab more stuff, and come back. Regroup and everything. Since I have no healing briefcases. And not much else. Yeah, apparently that's the way to reset them. Because I don't even know what happened to my... I don't know if my laser collector's still intact. So this will heal me up. Got more deatomizer stuff. Should be enough to take down the Oton, and then I can hopefully see if my other laser collector is still intact. That's right, I did say I was going to make slushy bombs. I don't even know if they're vulnerable to them, but I guess now is a good time to test for science. Also gotta be careful because now there is a mage that spawns in here. Like, don't mind me. Just collecting my slushies. True, but even so. It's like, dude, don't mind me, I'm just getting slushies. All of the slushies. Yeah, that might be enough slushy bombs to last for a while.
I perceive a distinct lack of snacks.
Alright, let's try this again. This time, preferably a little bit better. There we go. I think once you get 4 on a network, it becomes very tedious. Because there's sometimes it'll just shift between 2 and 3 places just constantly when you're trying to get to the 4th location. Okay, so it should be down here. Oh, you're right there. Okay, so he is not vulnerable to slushy bombs. Good to know. Makes sense, and probably a good thing too for balance purposes. Just prevent these guys from being, like, easily cheesable. You can get with that one. Oh, just brains. Okay, never mind. Thank goodness for the friendly turret. This would be so much easier, so much harder without it. They can also, these guys can also drop their backpack, which I think gives like reload and speed bonuses. The heads aren't nearly as good. They give some carbon plating. Okay, good. It actually survived intact. Being said, let's get some of these traps down. I don't even know if they can get shocked either. Like, these things are great in the early game, but
I'm ravenous.
they're of a dubious help as the game progresses.
Anyone
Oh yeah, they
else
are
getting a
immune.
bit hungry?
Did sound like they set off. So that's at least one down. Okay, so slushy bombs lose their effectiveness by reactors. Good to know. Oh, that is not good at all. That is not good in the least. Out of juice. Ooh. Reaper. I mean, I have an energy pistol, so he's not that intimidating at this point. But still, a little surprising to see him. I wonder if he was helpful with some of these other folks. He was nice enough to banish them to the Night Realm. Oh, hey, welcome, David. Yeah, this one's like a mix of Half-Life and SCP Foundation. It's a craft and survival game. You're playing as scientists stuck in a facility on your first day when everything goes to hell and things start breaking out. But also multiplayer. It's a lot of fun to play with friends. Okay. Alright, so I got the enemies done. I just need to find where the actual super alloys are to fix the reactors. We're pretty far along. This one's in early access, and so far it's got a few updates. This is the newest one that came out earlier this month. Sounds like someone's around. We're nearing the end of this update, though, as there's one area after this. Okay, so... Wait, is it online? Oh! Oh, never mind! Well, I'll take that. Okay, do I have space to grab these? Because the next and final area does have a few more defensible spots to put these traps. Alright, definitely some notes for next time for those fellas. I don't remember the event I don't remember there being a turret last time. That definitely
Experiencing an insufficiency of food.
did a lot of the heavy lifting. But I think maybe putting down some shock traps, maybe even making some other base defense things to put down, probably made that a lot easier without having to retreat constantly. Because I think I did that in my normal file with carrying around 2 or 3 deatomizers. A laser collector. Where you could just keep shooting and never stop. Thank goodness for notches. Oh, did I ever find my other healing backpack? Oh no. I can probably craft another one. Hopefully I actually have the stuff. I don't want to have to run over to the blacksmith and get more things. Oh, I'm out of solder.
Alert. Unsanctioned entities detected. Contact containment staff immediately.
Okay, that shouldn't be too terrible. Oh, dagnabbit, it's one of these again. I do think setting up a laser turret at your entrance does a good job of holding off enemies. It would definitely make these guys really a non-issue.
All vacant perforations will be resetting in 3, 2, 1. Reset complete.
But by this point, the zombies are just more of a nuisance than anything. They can't really do much. Unless you're foolish enough to approach them and get bitten. But that would be kind of on you. See, I've got delicious brains. I can throw them at them. Why isn't that an option? Shoot, that's just a lot of Yotan heads. I guess I didn't need the super alloys at all. I didn't even realize that. I think if you do, it's just bad soup. I don't think there's actual soup recipes with brains. However, you can eat the brains. They will give you a boost to experience gain, but you will get sick from it. So on the whole, it's not really worth it. Where did I put my hammer? There it is. See, I should probably fix this laser collector before I go into the last area. Problem is, you gotta do the last area in, like, phases. That should be just about everything I need. other than the second healing briefcase. Oh, that's what it is. I never set up a battery system for those stoves, so they can't actually make anything. That's the one thing I'm going to have to remember next time I do this, that I'll need to set up the makeshift battery system just to be able to make everything just fine, because otherwise I'll have to deal with power outages at night. But the main reason to get the get brains in the first place is that you can make the brain sync in multiplayer, which is a very easy way to share recipes with any other players.
I may soon need the facilities.
I don't know if it's still the case, but I know that you were able to use the brain sync to share recipes that you normally couldn't share. Like, if you get to cook in 10 and learn the oven, then you can actually share, like, the oven and the various cooking recipes that come from that, even if you normally wouldn't be able to. I'll get this refilled. By the time that I come back, that soldier should be ready.
Attention. This sector is under precautionary security measures. Please remain in place and wait for security.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, so this isn't as useful against gatekeepers, but it definitely is good against order soldiers. So yeah, this gun would be useful, very useful in Cloud Reactor. Could have been less useful in Gale Reactor, but still not that bad of a gun. Stare. So the layout is contained pretty well. I don't have to worry about another fruit for it for now. Emphasis on for now. Hey, fuck it. I don't know. Guess not many people like it. Not a big deal. At the end of the day, it's just, you know, kick back, relax with a game, and have fun. Let's have ourselves some lovely eyeball salad wraps. It's the one downside to narcolepsy, for the negative perk. You just constantly have to sleep. And I never remember to carry coffee. This replacement briefcase, you'd have all my healing needs settled. But yeah, once you get into the last part of world, the only thing you really need to get is nullification grenades, because enemies will start, the entire base will have like hard light barriers, And if you don't use the nullification grenades, you can't get past them. Which also means I might have to farm arcane scraps, because I might not have enough to be able to make all the grenades. I guess we'll see. Of course, by now, Dusk Reactor should have had everything respawn, so I can always go back there and kill a bunch of gatekeepers. Heck damn it. Race fat. Go up faster. Good thing is there's nothing hostile in this area. Unless you're foolish enough to either jump in the pits or touch the actual working parts of the reactors. That's a death pit. I also really love how they give you reinforced hoses in those, in all of those. The little toolboxes, because you're always going to need a reinforced hose to trade with the blacksmith for optic lenses, especially if you go with heavy amounts of laser items. You have to go up in here and open the way. Hey, welcome, Renuko. Yeah, I'm doing something else later tonight, so
Dr. Derek Mance, Cascade.
my options were
That the gatekeepers' shadowgate
to
facility
either
is operating
stream
with
earlier
limited oversight
or
accountability.
put it off to next week.
The reports are paltry, if they bother to write them, employing idioms and archaic language that is frankly impenetrable, not to mention laced with profanity. A recent report claims the number of immured subjects in that dilapidated excuse for a facility is 1. I find that hard to believe. But gaining access for inspection, well, it's all but impossible. And I'm yet to even receive an IS number for the entity. I'll be emailing Keystone on this matter in the morning.
But yeah, it's Waygate Control that I need to go to be able to unlock the way into it. As many arcane scraps as possible. I like that it gives you silver scrap so that you can also trade it for refined carbon. In addition to getting more capacitors, so you don't even need to farm electropests either. Oh, that's all good. I kind of slept in a bit this morning. And at first didn't expect myself to be up so late, so to speak. I just really want to make sure I get this run done today. Especially because I stream so infrequently that when I do it only like once a week. Oh shit, okay. There we go. Yeah, see, this it actually does take down these guys pretty well. Oh, I have played Big Boy Boxing, but from my understanding, there still hasn't been any update to the newest demo that I played like months ago. Whenever the full game comes out, then yeah, I'll play it. And I have played some Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm just not a huge fan of the series. Because yeah, I did the Into the Pit when that came out. I probably should have saved my thermal mallet for that. It's a lot faster than the energy pistol. I mean, the one I'm really looking forward to at the moment is Look Outside whenever it gets finished. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out in late March, maybe early April. Because I know they were originally shooting for like a January date.
I've heard of this place. Intrados. Makes you shudder, doesn't it? They call it Shadowgate, because of course they would. A gate containment facility run by those esoteric brutes. This is what happens when you're given too long a leash. It would appear they've surrounded these woods with some kind of containment field. I wonder if that related to... Friend, it probably goes without saying. A frontal assault would be particularly unstrategic. Even though they're harnessing ethereal forces from the darkest reaches of an unspeakable abyss, it doesn't mean they're invincible. You've proven that much already. What it does mean is that we're just going to have to dig a little deeper. Maybe take a walk around the woods and see what we find, because there's no getting around it. We need access to that facility, and they're not going to be happy to see us. We don't really have a lot of choice here. We're hundreds of miles from anywhere, and there's no way we're getting through their sky shield thing. So it's inside or nothing.
Yeah, when they say Shadowgate, I'm thinking of the point-and-click adventure game from the 80s. Oh, which is why I was really thrilled to see Beyond Shadowgate come out last year. I'm also eager for whenever the one fella finishes the remake of Infested. Here. Oh, that was a little bit... just a little bit underwhelming. I expected them to be a little bit more of a threat. There's a couple of them, and I need to get their sensors. So I can make the grimoires. Okay, well, I mean... It doesn't matter how many people are watching. If only a few people are interested, so be it. Again, I just play to have fun. I really don't care as to how many people show up. I don't know what they're laughing at, it's not that funny. So yeah, the Gatekeeper witches are pretty easy to take down, especially with the deatomizer. It's just, they like to jump around all over the place. Emphasis on... Oh, nice. There you are. Fortunately, they also believe in the therapeutic power of laughter. Which is the most important thing. Start being scrap go. I'm not finding it. We're just having fun with their vintage dining table. Oh, that's right. I can't use the... I cannot use my jetpack in here. At least not until the first time I clear this area. This probably means I'm going to need the jump pads. Thank goodness for jump pads when you can't use the jetpack. Okay, so I've got 4 sensors. I need to have the sensors to be able to make the purported grimoires to make nullification grenades. And this is also where things get tricky, because I need enough of them to clear hard light barriers. You can also use it to disable their hard light shields for the guards, but honestly, it's really not worth it. But I need to have... I don't remember the exact count of nullification grenades that I need. And you have to make sure you don't waste them. They're very easy to waste. Purported grimoires. You can also make the pocket dimension now, which is really, really lovely. Oh, I can make a purported grimoire with a purported grimoire. No, I haven't really kept up with too much of, like, Nintendo games. It's just more along the lines of, I haven't really played my Switch in ages. I'm not really much of a console gamer, I'm afraid. Yeah, I hate to be the weird fella, but that's the thing. I'm just not really that big into it. Okay. That's what it is. Not only do you need to have the arcane scrap for the purported grimoire, but you need more scrap for the actual null grenades. And that's where it gets you. I genuinely don't think I'll be able to get a pocket dimension.
Oh.
It's actually 1 purported grimoire. But I don't know if I have enough nullification grenades. 9 might be enough. It should be enough. But just on the off chance, I want to make sure that I have that extra sensor. Of course, there's more gatekeeper witches in the actual place, so that could probably be fine. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I haven't really... I think I had the controller drift on one of the older ones, and I replaced the controllers. But it's just been so long. Okay, so I'll have to get more arcane scrap while I'm there. But since the gatekeeper witches, you don't really salvage much from their heads, there's less reason to actually grab them. At least with the Mystagog's heads, you get the flickering eyes. The Jotans give carbon plating, which is kind of useful, especially if you're kind of low on any of the, if you're low on stuff like carbon plating or refined carbon. I should have brought my jump pad. Because I realize I'm going to have to take the long way, which is probably going to get me got. So yeah, this is the way I would go if I had my jetpack working, but I think this is going to be a stopping point. Oh no, they have a hole in the chain link fence. Beautiful. Unfortunately, while it says it only temporarily disables them, it seems like it permanently disables it. Which is good, even when the portal world resets. These null grenades can actually hurt you as well. Not very much. Curiously, they don't have a working death message either. Oh, a neutrino mapper. Hoo-hoo!
I can't believe this. I'm speechless. The gatekeepers. They're trying to bring this thing into our world to harness its power for, well, for only the gods
Help,
know
it's
what.
on my brother.
These mana-hungry maniacs. Surely you can see this has gone too far.
Oh, hopefully you're able to get that taken care of.
World. As scientists, we must do something. If we destroy the various fetters, the creature will surely return to whatever limbo it came from. And if that resets the rift, we may even be able to use it to get out of here. If you can unshackle this thing.
I never see anything that could go wrong here.
Back to its realm, the rift should reground itself locally, and provide a way out of this purgatory they've created for it. I had no idea they'd gone this far. It looks like it's in pain. Once, these fiends were human, but when you dwell in the abyss for long enough, a part of you remains there. And then you must feed it, endlessly, or so I'm told. I just hope we won't share in the cost they've incurred. Or maybe, by freeing this thing, we can repay a little of our debt. This was the last thing I expected. But now that we're here, we must do something.
Yeah, we're talking. That's enough.
I hate to think what will happen if we fail.
And of course, because there's so many of them, I definitely don't want a head-on assault. He actually got his headbutt off. I was a bit surprised at that. He usually doesn't get that off. There it is. Arcane Scrap. I'm gonna need a lot of it. Especially if I want to make any of these things. Huh, I thought this was one of the fetters. That being said, I probably should charge my lasers. Otherwise, this is going to go very poorly. Yes, that is the thumbnail. It was the most interesting thing I could think of to put for it. Sadly enough, you can't die to it. I was actually really surprised by that. Oh, shit. Of course, I forget that my jetpack doesn't work. Oh, that's what I need to destroy. Oh, it's been a while. Especially if I make that big a mistake. Man, now that I know that you can just take these guys down before they turn on their shields, I'm gonna have to play really sneaky next time. How rude. Oh, hey, welcome, Bacon Guy. Yeah, I completely forgot about what I was supposed to shoot at it. And then I finally saw it and remembered it. Definitely gonna have a bad time. It's my... Don't mind me, just healing up. Once you actually get the shields down, the skink works pretty well. It's just anything with hardlight shields seems to not be really affected by it. Which is a real shame. It's a really nice gun. I do like it. Looks like that guy did die. Maybe he's from earlier.
Not so loaded.
Thank goodness for deatomizer. Makes it so much easier. One more down. 3 to go. Guess the lower levels is where some of the other ones are. There's poor laser collector. It's going to be out of juice in no time. Might not be a bad idea in the future to try and grab Ring 2. What? Why did that not? There we go. I really don't want to waste these nullification grenades. They are very precious and costly in resources. Very costly in resources. Oh, shit. Tactical retreat. I think I got aggro from like all of them at once. Okay. Thing to remember for next time. Don't do that. Should probably also set these down next time. No, I think they'll reset when I get back. But I was in a very bad spot. Because especially I wasn't really sure where the Yotam was shooting from. Of course, if it looked like that, I had gotten out of the way, because otherwise it probably would have killed me. So they usually don't stop firing until you're dead or out of sight. But since I also had 1 or 2 witches on me, probably not the best location to be. Okay, so I do have some more scrap. I can probably make another set of nullification grenades, just in case I... Which wouldn't surprise me, in case I mess up with the 1 grenade that I have left. I know damn well something is going to go wrong. I'll let that fully charge. Because if I remember right, once you reset the rift, you can just run in. You don't have to actually kill all the gatekeepers. I think the last one's on the lower left. Uses up so much arcane scrap just to make these grenades. The good thing is you only need a few of them to be able to get through all of Shadowgate. And then you really don't need them. Though I wouldn't be surprised to see hard light barriers show up in the residence sector. I have everything I need.
Attention. This sector is under precautionary security measures. Please remain in place and wait for security.
But yeah, this actually took less time than I thought. I thought this would be like 4 or 5 hours to clear everything. Looks like it's 2.5 so far. I guess after seeing Dusk and Cloud take significantly longer, that I thought Mist and Gale would take significantly longer to clear as well. But hopefully next time I'll have more of my notes set up to where I'll remember more of what to do, and to do it a little more efficiently. I do like the Hexwood set, though. Just not having to carry bandages is amazing. And it's a reasonable amount of armor. I'm not sure if it'll last like the entire way through the game, but oh, it's gonna break legs. I really should remember a jump pad next time. Really should. Maybe with some splints. But I find that severe bleeding is usually a major problem for runs.
Stop!
Because there's just a lot of things like the snipers that usually can inflict severe bleeding, and since they already hit pretty hard, it's very easy to die through that. Well, the curious thing is, if you go back to the Hydra plant, there's snipers that get replaced with sappers instead. Which in one sense makes it a little easier to traverse the area, because, you know, they have to get aggro before they decide to even shoot their rockets at you. So usually you can just ignore them unless you really want to get their attention. Sad part is I don't think there's anything in here that I can use to craft. Craft a splint, that is. Good.
Stop!
Ordinary door's my one weakness. Heck, damn it. I probably should have put the laser collector closer to Dr. Khan. Oh, that actually got them. Yeah, that's a complete shock. I didn't think that it would actually... Curiously, it still stuns them. So slushy grenades don't work on the gatekeepers, but shock traps still can. Although I doubt that these work on mages since they're floating off the ground. I guess I can test for science. Yeah, a portable bench definitely would help. I mean, there's plenty of plugs, so you could actually set up bases here with no problem. It's just I usually don't find myself wanting to take the time to set up. Much to my detriment, in that sense. Of course, that's the thing. Just because you're doing things one way doesn't mean that's the best way to do it. Okay, I think I see. I wanted to go up there, and then on the main path there should be a way over.
Oh.
That works. Nice. Let's just gather up our stuff and go through the rift. Ah, shit. You weren't still supposed to be alive.
Anyone else getting a bit hungry?
Alright, great. Heal up and then make our way over. Triumphantly. With still a broken leg. Yeah, there's plenty of mistakes that can be made. Free meal coupon. It could be in it. We could talk about that with our severance pay. Okay, I do have, in fact, everything. Back to Far Garden. You know, I'm kind of curious if there is a way to sequence break and just kind of use the jetpack to get... If this is in Far Garden, if you could use like jump pads and the jetpack and other stuff to get up here. That'd be pretty silly to be able to complete the this area, all of reactors, so much faster. Probably isn't doable, but still.
Wait, Promethean! Do not attack! Our path diverge once more. Do you comprehend where you are? The Praetorium, the sanctum of my brethren. If this was your intention, you are insane. But by some fathomless twist of circumstance, you arrive at a critical moment. Your precious gatekeepers retreat to the frigid residential region of your facility to harness the power of the Dark Lens and bring ruin upon us all. My
Good
brethren,
thing that his mask is made of
but
plot
you are
armor.
not bound by our compact. I would not ask them to join me, but you may yet see wisdom. I implore you, wait, abide, amend your course, for we may yet reclaim the Dark Lens if you ally with my insurrection. I see a fate even the Praetors have refused to fathom. Time is not our ally, never our ally, though it is time we must spend. But first, I must prepare for our journey. Return to me when the time is aligned. You will know by the signs. Soon, my inquisition shall begin.
Well, he sounds like all the labyrinths in general, but, yeah, we encountered this guy before in Manufacturing
I
West.
see this cannot have been your intended destination. Not even Prometheans would be so foolish as to enter the heart of our kingdom. Ah, but the Ankari, the lodestones you call them, more than mere rock and bone and flesh, they are more potent than we know. They pursue their own ends and warp perforations like water. My brethren removed the Dark Lens to prevent yours from unleashing further chaos. But the gatekeepers, monstrosities, terrors, treacherous tormentors, have taken it from us. The apostates retreated to the residential region. They seek to craft and aggress, then abscond with its power for their own unmortal ends. Their selfish ends, to the end of us all. They believe we cannot endure the frozen ether that persists therein, but they are mistaken, for we have the disc. Do you fathom? No matter. You will fathom soon enough. For what I do now, and what I intend, I would be annulled. Of this I am assured. But if we act swiftly, history may absolve me, and history is all we have. No eternity for which I will be heralded. The only stone, the stone beneath our feet. Supremus, Ordo, Petrai. I accept this fate, for the ends are too great to consider any other course. Your ways will not seduce me, scientist. Exigency demands we align in this moment. That is all. The gatekeepers know not what they unleash. If you value the future of this world in the slightest, abide and assist me when I ask. Patience, I ask of you. My brethren relay word of gatekeepers trapped in your pitiable cavern.
He has
A
a lot
bloody
of
fate befell
dialogue.
their vile facility, and now they must engage their dreaded Dark Lens to escape that grave. If they succeed, there will be no opposing them. The floodgates to other realms will
This is very
pour
seductive.
through our existence. It cannot
We have
be
all this science to seduce people with.
The malignancy of your gatekeepers is a threat to this world and all others. Your most virtuous, nay, most scientific
No,
path
we
now
can't
is
steal
to
his
assist
backpack.
me. But first, I must prepare the way. I say again, patience. I see this cannot have been your intended destination. Not even Prometheans.
Okay, he's
so
repeating
foolish as
dialogue.
to enter the heart of our kingdom.
Alright, well, now that we wait, time to die.
Stones you call them. More than mere
Oh, they-
rock and bone and flesh. They are more potent than we
Oh,
know.
they have a
pursue
blade.
their own ends and
They have a
warp
wall to
perforations
prevent you
like
from
water.
jumping off to your death. Well, that is, unfortunate. I was gonna, like, leave in a bang. Even better if you, like, get a rocket launcher and just shoot at the ground as you're about to hit, and die that way. I know, I also have cans of peas that they can guzzle. Who can resist the ways of science? And then now we have this back at right outside Shadowgate. And then for now, that is everything for completing a run with Abiotic Factor. So yeah, whenever they do the 1.0 full release that adds the residential sector, my plan is to do another run from scratch. I'm not sure if I'll wait until the patch to redo the run, or if I'll start it before that release date gets announced. Because in this case, it was kind of good to replay after Dark Energy got implemented, because I got to see the stuff with the changes to, like, Canaan being in for Tier 4. Ooh, a new part of Cuphead? I don't know, I don't think they've announced anything yet. I'm not sure if anything is happening further with Cuphead.
Yeah.
In terms of the game, probably not. I mean, it seems like with the DLC, they kind of did everything they wanted to do. But yeah, the plan will be, I'm going to try and do another run. I'm going to try and aim to see if I can do it deathless. Probably won't happen. I know perfectly well I make too many mistakes. But I think now that I better understand Canaan and some other parts of the game, that it might be doable. I mean, with practice, it definitely would be doable. So, just gotta have slurp some peas, and then have a cool, refreshing is soda. You really need to find a toilet. But if there is some new Cuphead stuff, I'd be certainly down to try it out. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, this is definitely something I've been enjoying playing through Abiotic Factor, especially with friends. This is even more fun when you have a lot of people to play with. But for challenge runs, it's much more fun to do it solo. So there's a couple of other things that you can get now that once you have all this stuff, like the pocket dimension is pretty neat. So far, it is the best backpack available. Let's see if I can actually craft one. Oh, I see. I can't do it because of the anti-fungal gelatin. I'd have to also sacrifice a teleport pad, and I don't think I have all the stuff needed to make one. Oh yeah, I definitely did the demo for Bionic Bay. I saw that it got delayed to April. As soon as it comes out, I'm definitely playing that one. Although I think it's coming out on the same day as Mandragora, which I played the demo for as well. I wasn't too impressed by it, but it looks really good. So I'm hoping that the full game makes me a bit more enthused for it. But Bionic Bay looks incredible. It's definitely a really fun platformer, especially with all the other stuff they're adding in. You know, being able to slow time and so forth. Looks like it would be a really fun platformer. So yeah, other than that, actually seems like that's a good stopping point for today. I'm actually surprised it didn't take as long, but good. Now I've got notes for this, have a better idea, and next time hopefully I'll do this a little more efficiently. But nonetheless, thank you guys for watching. You have a wonderful day. And, you know, see you next week. I'm not sure what I'll be starting. I'm thinking of doing Scarlet Hollow, as it's getting I think it's got an update today, and it's by the same folks that made Slay the Princess, so I've been very eager to try out Scarlet Hollow for a while. So that might be what's next week. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. You have a wonderful week as well, Kat, and other folks, Renuko and others. And other than that, have a